shall transform your hair, create a masterpiece. I am an artiste with a pair of scissors.
My new cuts got him talking at the barbershop.
Fresh from the barbershop, fly from the beauty salon.
My new cuts got him talking at the barbershop.
I got a show where you can listen and view.
My new cuts got him talking at the
Bringing
barbershop.
barbers and stylists together with the ScissorSalute.
My new cuts got him talking at the barbershop.
One cut, two cut, three cut, four. Nails done, hair done, everything did. Nails done, hair done, everything did. Oh, you fancy. Spending hours in salons on your hairstyle.
For the Lord protects his barbers and he makes the stubble grow.
Scissor! Salute! Salute!
Welcome to the ScissorSalute Show. I'm your host, Eli the Barber. My co-host for the night, introduce yourself.
Hey everybody, I'm Jatori the Barber from El Paso, Texas, and I'm from Blessed Barber Studio and Blessed Company as well.
Wow, that was really good right there.
Thank you.
So again, you're watching the ScissorSalute Show, and if you're watching it for the first time, let me tell you exactly what we're doing here and what the ScissorSalute is about. The ScissorSalute is a gesture, compliment, greeting, lifestyle, and brand dedicated to bringing barbers, hairstylists, and makeup artists together worldwide. And we use the ScissorSalute Show as an outlet to actually make that happen. Every Monday night from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time, giving the opportunity for the visual artists to come down here and showcase their skills live on the ScissorSalute stage, while also conducting interviews with them so you can find out how they got started, where they currently are, and where they plan to be going on their journey. Now, I'm not just saying this because I'm a ScissorSalute rep and hosting the ScissorSalute Show right now, but I feel like this is a great opportunity for anybody who wants to do any platform type of work to come down here and showcase. Number one, you get to cut outside of your comfort zone or showcase outside of your comfort zone, out of your workplace. Number two, you get to hear your voice on the microphone. It might throw you off, but here at the ScissorSalute Show, at least you can become used to it and get acclimated to having different eyes on you and cameras on you and different lighting on you. And I feel like this is great. And we're not really concerned with how many followers you have. You can have 300 followers or 300,000 followers. We're really not concerned with that. All you have to do, very simple, is download the ScissorSalute Show app and fill out the showcase information. Leave your contact information, and we'll get back to you in the order that the emails are received. Now, we'd like to apologize to some of those that we haven't got to, but just email us again. Wake up and email us. Email us in the afternoon, at night, before you go to sleep.
Yeah.
And again, we'll try to get back to you as soon as we can. If you're on Instagram, follow us at ScissorSalute Show on Instagram and on YouTube, on Facebook as well. So let's go over. Oh, yeah, forgot. I'm going to do one right now. Right now. I'm going to unlock my phone, turn on the camera, go to selfie mode. Here's a Ussie. Jatori's going to turn around, put that ScissorSalute up. Oh, what? I just literally took like
Paparazzi'd me.
20 pictures just now. Anyway, you take a ScissorSalute selfie, hashtag ScissorSalute selfie, at Nuyorican Queen, NEWYORICAN_QUEEN, and hopefully when she gets to it, she'll post it up. So let's do a recap of last week's show. From the Makeup of Hair LLC, located in Rockville, Maryland, we had Mika C. Her Instagram handle is The Makeup of Hair LLC. It was great. She got to come down here, showcase. She actually was down here. That's with her mom, right? That's her mom. Mom was the model. She's also married to Cold Cut's brother. And she feels like she has restarted or been doing it for a while. She's loving what she's doing. And no matter what you do, if you love what you do, you won't be working. And from White's Barbershop Company, located in Laurel, Maryland, we had Janae. Her Instagram handle is Cosmo BAR, so CASMO BARBRJ. Let me tell you something. She says that she is the kids whisperer. That's what she's known for, cutting children and really being able to do some great work on them. One of her advice is to like really try to communicate with the kids as good as you can, really softly, talking to them, and know your worth. People out there, if you're doing hair and you have that price list that says kids this cut, older people this cut, just remember, you're working. So no matter if the canvas is big or small, just make sure that you're able to do some great work. This way you can charge the same all up and down the board. And in-studio guest, owner of White's Barber Company located in Laurel, Maryland, Brian White. His Instagram is White Barbers CO, and at the same time, he also runs one of the barbers who runs the IBA. Brian also I gave him an opportunity to talk at the Maestro's Classic Respect My Craft Awakening Maestro Showcase booth at the CT Barber Expo. A lot of people were paying attention. He got to talk in front of a large group of people and let them know about standards and values. Our other in-studio guest, owner and operator of the Barber Bar located in Brooklyn, New York, Dollar. His Instagram is always Pro Barbers. I got a chance to see him at the CT Barber Expo as well. But that was at 8 o'clock in the morning when we were at the dock trying to get the booths ready. 8 o'clock in the morning. The gentleman hit us up from the stage. And I met up with him and Caesar and myself and a couple of others set up the stage. Well, they pretty much set it up. I brought the equipment over, but they set it up. And there you go. It's a picture of everybody that was on the show last week. ScissorSalute. Once again to Mika, Janae, Brian, and Delor. Who do we have this week, Jatori?
Well, this week from Blessed Barber Studio located in El Paso, Texas, we have myself. My name is JT, also known as Jatori. My handle is Jatori the Barber.
Jatori _
Yes.
the Barber.
Jatori _ the Barber.
There we
and
go.
that's THE the Barber.
Ah.
Yes. We also have from Executive Cuts Barbershop located in Jacksonville, Florida, Mr. Michael Gomez Jr. His handle is Mike _ Fades with a Z.
Ooh, listen to you. You can,
A seasoned vet.
and I believe that's Mike Fades who just walked in the
He
studio,
just
correct?
walked in, yes. Mike Fades is here,
Okay, so Mike Fades is here.
along with Portia Hicks. She's here.
Portia Hicks, and along with the man with the dreads and gold teeth. Buddy Cuts and Tasha Cut It. He's smiling from ear to ear, so that's good. Later we'll have him
Yeah,
on.
you guys.
We'll have him on the camera. See if he keeps that smile up like so. I'm just messing with you. Continue. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no problem. Also from Jacksonville, Florida, we have Portia Hicks. Her handle is Pretty Naughty FX.
Ooh, pretty naughty effects. I like that. When you put it together, you gotta be like pretty naughty effects. Like
I like that.
you're
I
throwing
like
some
that.
rhymes.
Right. You got to give it a
Right?
little feel to it. Also from Rosa's 5-Star Barbershop located in El Paso, Texas, Mr. Ernie Salazar, also known as Chato the Barber. That's also his handle.
Yo,
That's,
it sounds gangster, no?
Yeah,
Like his whole
right?
thing, like Ernie Salazar, otherwise known as Chato the Barber. Ernie Salazar, don't mess with me. Chato the Barber.
Now, his handle is spelled a little bit different. It's Chato _ the THA _ Barber.
I'm scared of his name right there. I ain't even gonna bring up that joke when he gets here. Hopefully he's not watching right now on the way. Like, okay, like wait till I get there, huh? Wait till I get there. I got some words for you.
Oh, man.
So how was your, we're waiting right now. You guys, again, this is a live program. So you're watching the show. Right now we're setting up for the cut camp. And, New York traffic can be very cruel.
Oh, yeah.
It just so happens to be that way. So you're watching the ScissorSalute show. We will be going to cut camp form. And the show is designed for barbers, hairstylists, and makeup artists to come down here and showcase. And we also conduct interviews with them so you can get familiar with who they are, what they plan to be doing, and where they're going. I might have said that a little messed up, but once again, it's live. So, Tori, let me know how it was yesterday. Let me know how it was. Without going into who you are, because we're going to say that for the interview,
All right.
give us a rundown of the CT Barber Expo.
Honestly, my first impression of it was just overwhelming in a very positive way because I just love seeing all the barbers in the same location, having the same feel of what they're there for, who they want to see. They want to meet each other. I mean, everybody's in contact with each other via Instagram, Facebook, social media in general. And you create ties with them, virtually, it feels like. And until you actually meet in person, you already kind of have that connection. So it's just really great seeing everybody with the same interests. Everybody's an artist in there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody has different talent. They have, in the same category of artwork, but the way that they approach it is what makes them so much of an individual. And in our industry, it's just so hard to separate yourself in that way as well.
Yep. Yeah, one of the things I noticed about the CT Barber Expo, again, what you said, because I think about us being co-workers. We're out-of-state co-workers.
Right.
We all do what we do. We love what we do. And we're not the only ones. There's others out there.
Yeah.
One thing I did notice this year at the CT Barber Expo, I guess it's the way they had it laid out, a lot more people were buying at the booths.
Yes,
It seemed like every booth was rocking.
it was.
Every booth was. Last year, I talked to a couple people, and they were, it was good. This year was immediately like, hey man, oh man, how was it? And I could just tell from the volume of the way they're talking, their gestures and the expressions on their face that it was worth the money, spending the money on the booth.
Oh, yeah.
Because I feel like there were a lot of people were buying this year. So that was good. That's what was my take. And again, it's always great to run into barbers that on Instagram, putting a face behind the people that's liking your picture or you like their picture.
Right.
It is kind of hard, though. I'm not going to lie.
In what way?
In other words, like, we might sit here and be like, wow, Tori, wow, I really like your haircuts. They're great. Oh, man, you do such a great job on the ScissorSalute show at an event. Walk right past each other. It's happened so many times where I'm like going through IG and I'm like, wait a minute, that person was there. Wait a minute. There I go in the background. I didn't even know that's somebody that,
Yeah, well, I would describe it as it's so easy to run into somebody, but it's so hard to find someone, if that makes any sense.
Yes. Like, I ran into Dr. KC
Oh, wow.
at the night before.
Oh, okay, at the pre-party.
Yeah, I ran into Dr. KC. He's from Florida, works at Raw Cuts, Angel Raws.
Oh, yeah, Angel Ross was there.
Yeah, and I'm like, Cephro, you want to bring him the microphones over there? So I'm like running into him. I'm like, yo, how's everything? And he's very humble.
Yeah.
I'm like telling him, like, yo, man, listen, I know you humble and stuff. I know you're humble, but you got to get a little bit more excited. You got to get a little bit more excited. I know you're humble, you're laid back. But it was good to finally meet him in person. I've followed him on IG for quite a while. Liked a couple of his pictures. I like his pictures. He put up pictures of haircuts. He also pictures of his schedule. So I'm like talking about his schedule. He like, nah, man. I'm just how you can't be like, nah, man. If you're putting up your schedule and you're busy,
Yeah.
for the whole week. So hold up. You guys good? Go ahead.
Yo.
Oh, look at the smile. Go over there. Go to the bucket seats. Put a smile right there on that. Introduce yourselves. Let everybody know where you're from.
Mike Fades, Mike_Fades on social media. Chicago, Illinois, raised and currently residing in Jacksonville, Florida.
Yeah. Buddy Cuts.
Buddy Cuts.
With a K. You know what I mean? I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
Buddy Cuts, let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
What got you into cutting hair? Like, what was the point where you said, I am going to be a barber?
My uncle.
Your uncle inspired you?
Yeah.
He was a barber?
Yeah, he still is.
Still is a barber.
Yeah.
Okay. And we're not going to get into Mikey's interview because we spent some time, so I don't want to ruin it. But
Tell him what uncut it.
Oh, my uncle, he cutting in Japan right now.
Oh man,
Pretty dope.
Dope.
you putting down a Japanese fade.
Yeah, man.
Oh man. So that's good. So he started off here in the States. What, he was in the Army or something, then went out there and got state.
I don't know how he got out there, to be honest. But
He's got to be a superstar out there.
yeah, he's a superstar.
Like some of the Americans, like go out, like a rapper from like the '90s can go out there and they're still like amazing
Yes, sir.
out there. You get someone like let's see, someone Mr. Do It All from like Lord of Undergrounds. I believe he's like a big DJ over there in Europe. And when I mean big DJ, like he's one of the biggest out there. So let's get back to you, Buddy Cuts, though. Let me get back to you. Now, don't sit there and tell me everything, because it seems like every barber want to say everything when asking this question. What is your go-to haircut, the one that you love to do, the one that shows the skills of Buddy Cuts?
Buddy cut fade.
That Buddy Cut fade. Oh, Buddy fade.
Comb over.
Straight hair comb.
That comb over?
Straight hair, though.
Straight hair, all right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right, so you cutting different textures.
Like different races.
Yes.
Yeah.
You cutting a melting pot in your chair. You got a melting pot.
Like,
And Buddy Cuts, you from Florida?
yes, sir.
That was your first time at the CT Barber Expo?
Yes, sir.
What was your take of, like, let's say, I don't know if you've been to an expo before. What was your take when you first walked in and seen an event of barbering that size?
Man, I looked at Mikey and I'm like,
Just talk right into the, yeah, here we go.
what you got me into? Like, I'm like, man, what we do? Oh, man, but it turned out pretty nice, and I see a whole different perspective. It's just more than just behind the chair cut hair every day.
Absolutely.
You guys take it to a whole nother level. And Mikey is the one who introduced Mike Fade, excuse me. He the one that introduced me to this. He brought me to this. So I give all the props to
And give him a big scissor salute for that.
Mike
Appreciate
Fade.
Well, you see, that's great that you acknowledge that. It's also great that you brought up that point, because an event like the CT Barber Expo will always humble the best of them. And for those that don't know what to expect, it makes you want to get out and do more.
Yes, sir.
I don't know what it is about the event. Maybe it's that you're running into someone that you follow on Instagram. Maybe you see someone that you know and they're at a different level than what you are, and you just feel like, you know what, I can do that as well. The inspiration and motivation that comes from being done is just amazing. Like going to the CT Barber Expo and seeing what's there, it's always an amazing time.
Yeah. I had a blast.
Yeah?
Yeah. Everybody up here, they on their game for real. So.
Who did you see unexpectedly that you thought was like, oh, wow? Seth, we're going to go to the cook
I seen a couple of cats up there, man. I seen a cat from Jacksonville, some other cats from Florida. And I was like, okay, I was like, okay, so we making a little noise.
Well, Florida makes a lot of noise.
Yeah.
Florida makes a lot of noise. Here, I'll tell you the problem with Florida. The problem with Florida is the same problem with New York, the same problem with California, probably the same problem with El Paso.
Yes, sir.
That Florida probably has more support out of state than it has within its own state. The same thing with New York. The same thing with a lot of regions in the United States, with everything, every hair aspect. Why, when the Scissor Salute first started, we're in New York, we're in Long Island, New York. And majority of our support actually came from El Paso. Majority of our support actually came from Florida when we first started the Scissor Salute show.
They say it's always hard to get that support from your backyard.
Yeah, well,
Like, the majority of my love comes from the West Coast.
yeah.
From Chicago, when I live in Florida, like, it's crazy.
Just put that mic a little bit closer there.
I said it's crazy because most of my support comes from the West, and I don't know nobody in Washington State or like California like that. I've been to LA once, but like I said, it's just like you said, it's just weird. Like you would expect all of your neighbors in New York to support it, and then you got it from Texas. That was like, who knows me in Texas? Like,
Yeah, well, exactly. Like, I mean, we grabbed a lot of the showcases from Long Island beginning of the show. We still, like, We still work with anybody from Long Island.
Of course, yeah,
Here's the thing: New Jersey seems to be like the one that's really like they're coming. We've had Barbara on the show. I don't even know how many times she's come on the show. Plenty of times. But again, that's where Florida, I mean, has some of the hottest. I mean, yesterday Miami Barber was there. Joel Master Barber.
Yeah, Joel.
He finished first place. Orlando. He finished first place.
He's from my neck of the woods in the Chi. He's from right around the corner from my area, and then he competes. And Joel's a beast, man.
Yes.
He's like no other, man.
I know they won the Clipper Relay. Him and Squeak Pro Barber.
Salute both of them boys. They've won over 10, 20 shows together.
Right.
They got a whole wall in their shop in Orlando with like mad trophies.
Right.
Like they're good barbers. You gotta give credit when it's due.
And Mike, you've been here on the show before?
I visit actually, yeah. I visit.
Were you in the studio before?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, you was in here.
Yeah.
You dropped one of the biggest jewels to me, one of the biggest jewels of the year in here. Well, I feel like when we had that discussion, now I remember.
Yeah.
You said that we need to buy our own products.
Facts.
And anybody who, if you're watching the show, hairstylist, barber, makeup artist, if you're watching the show, having retail in your establishment or at your station is very important. But even more important than that is having products that they can't go to Sally's for, is having products that they can't go to the store for. Oh, wow, that smells good. What is that? Oh, that's such and such gel. Really, where do I get it? I have it right here at my station. Now, you're making the money. But the point that I'm saying is we had, like, everyone gave their advice, and Mike came over here with one of the gems. We're going to ask Mike to come over here.
Yeah, and I definitely want to scissor salute Ambitious Angelo, Woo Cuts. He's the one that introduces to Mike. So
And Woo Cuts was,
salute, yeah.
Woo Cuts was doing interviews yesterday. Lineup Inc. They were doing interviews, so it's good to see the industry doing what they're growing.
Yep.
And Woo Cuts actually, I passed by his booth once, but I would imagine that the man probably conducted double digits, well into the double digit interviews. Had to have.
Yeah, my man's consistent. Angelo's consistent, and that's what's key, man. Consistency is major key. He's real consistent.
Yeah.
Like I said, salute to my man Angelo. He cool people's, real down to earth. Woo Cuts is a solid movement. He supports everybody. You know what I mean? No sugarcoating, and you see his progression. You know, if you follow it, it's something good to follow.
Yes, definitely. And hold on. See if you can get the people, see if we can get the thing to be shared on Facebook right now with other people inside the studio. Buddy himself, give them some time to go on Facebook and share the video. So listen, if you're watching this show right now, once again, this is the ScissorSalute Show. Hopefully you can download the ScissorSalute Show app. Watch us from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time. But if you're watching this on Facebook, press the share button if you can, and share the link on your page. And after you share the link on your page, press that share button one more time and then start inviting people as well. Let people know that there is a show out there for barbers, hairstylists, and makeup artists to showcase. So some people don't know that there's a show out there for barbers and hairstylists. So, oh, look at that. I'm sharing right now. You do that. You go to Eli the Barber or go to New York and Queen. All right. Boom. It should be. There. Oh, no. Keep going. Keep going now. Keep going. Hold on. Queen, you shared it on your page? Yeah, go to ScissorSalute Show page. Again, invite as much people as you can to watch the show. Share it. Share it on your timeline. So once again, you're watching the Scissor Salute Show. Jatori's showcasing. She's from El Paso. And next to her, we have Pretty Naughty Effects out of Jacksonville, Florida. Again, we have barbers, hairstylists, and makeup artists. And you know this is prom season, wedding season. So, the makeup artists are in full swing with the hairstylists. And I do notice that the makeup artists love to do, to dab with special effects, especially when Halloween comes around. Seems to be a lot of booking there. But this is going to be interesting because her Instagram name seems to be dedicated to doing special effects makeup. So this is just going to be good. We'll be asking her questions, probably going to be covering hands-on makeup as opposed to airbrush makeup. What's been into her inspiration for doing that. And sitting next to me, we have Mike Fades.
Yo.
Mike. So you came here last time on the show, but you were just an in-studio guest. So we'd like to salute you for that.
Appreciate it.
Coming down here, being an in-studio guest. And right away, we threw you in the hot seat.
Right, yeah.
We threw you in that hot seat. But you came in. It was nothing. And it's great to see people that, we're barbers. We're constantly talking in the shop. I definitely encourage barbers and hairstylists. If there's a discussion in the shop, try to join into that discussion because it will help you prepare for when you need to talk in front of people. Now, if you're a barber or a hairstylist that okay with being behind the chair, fine. It is what it is. But if you're trying to get out from behind that chair, definitely repetition is always going to be key. When I mean by repetition, I mean repetition of talking, public speaking, and being able to be somewhat spontaneous on the spot. If someone's asking you a question, you can't rehearse. You can't rehearse a conversation.
No.
But you could definitely prepare yourself a little bit better for being in tight situations. So once again, we got Mike Fades here, 4th generation barber.
Yeah.
4 times. You actually started cutting hair at the age of 12.
Yeah.
About 12, 13.
Yeah. Fell in love with him at like 12, 13. Hanging out at Grandpa's shop all the time. So I always liked his style, So I was like, man, he's real cool and Grandma don't ever work. So I know he's doing something good,
Right.
And then back in the day, it was a little old school. Like, the owner of the shop was everybody. It was 4 barbers, and all 4 of them owned the shop. So, like, the overhead was getting split by 4. So all the bread coming in was divided amongst everybody. It wasn't like an owner and a booth rental and they collect fees and they pay bills and they keep profit. It was everybody eats together. It was just a family format, and I grew up in it, and I liked it, and it was pretty dope. So my uncle... He had a little bald head. He had, I used to call it like islands, because it was like little bald patches on his head. So I was real little, 12, 13, and he was like, hey, won't you shave my islands off, And I was like, all right, cool. And then I was like, you going to trust me with a razor? And he's like, no, I got this. And he pulled out a clipper, a shaver from a company called Noreco, a brand called Noreco. So it had like 3 little balls on it. And then you pushed a button, and then a trimmer came out of it. And then he was like, go around my head with this one, but first use this one. So he told me trim it first and then bald it out. So then, about 12, 13, and I'm doing it like once a month now. He kind of like just whatever. And then one day I was like, hey, Theo or Unc, I was like, hey, Unc, let me play with your beard, because he was bald head, but he was like, he had the big pun joint, the Fat Joe, you know what I'm saying?
The box.
Yeah, like
box.
He had it like, but you know what I'm saying? He was bald head, and like that's all you seen. So like that was very important. So he was like, no, you could just clean my cheeks and outline wide. You're not touching no interior. You just, whatever. So I was like, okay, cool. So I started cleaning his face and trying to learn how to use this weird looking machine. And I knew this machine wasn't at Grandpa's shop. I'm like, what is this? Like, Grandpa got something else he stabbed with, at the lining, and this is like balls and it's round and it's just weird, you know. So that was 12, 13 years old, and then by like 14, 15, I had bought my first Mach 3. And I went and I said, all right, bet. And I had all like little hair here. And I was like, okay, I'm going to shave this off. But before I shave it, I'm going to try to create like a straight line. And with the Mach 3, in my 4 years of high school, that's how I like lined myself up with a Mach 3. It was fun. It was fun.
So
man.
once you got that laser precision tools in your hand, it, you know, really came good. Right now, we're going to be checking out the slideshow right here. Okay, so you got some good, clean, freestyle designs right there, nice and clean.
Yes, sir.
So you're a friend of the razor, being that you've been
Yeah.
wheeling the razor at a young age. You obviously have to be very. And the black mask is that. How much does that improve, like the pricing, the black mask?
It's additional $10, you know, on the
Ooh.
service. Yeah. So
Nice.
I got a $35 service. That added $10 on it, whatever the price goes.
And the pictures you were obviously taking with a high resolution camera.
Yeah, I got a Canon, and then I have the 7 Plus iPhone, which got that cool, you know, those cool, what is it called, a portrait mode or something that makes it look just like that. That was an iPhone pic.
Oh, so that's another iPhone pic too?
That one, yeah, the ones
Wow.
before.
Okay,
were
so you
Canon.
got the iPhone,
the 7 Plus. That's a Canon pic.
right, and then no color enhancements on that.
No, that's natural,
You
man.
just
That
got
was
some
with
good hair, man.
With a 2 guard, you know, you got to respect that weight with a 2, maybe 1.5, you know.
That's some nice clean work. Someone looks like me right there.
Yeah, that's how my uncle was. Bald head and cared a lot right there. About,
Yeah.
you know, that beard.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's a little enhanced right there. If you go back, that's a
And you showed us.
slightly-
Okay, so you fade with. You
fade-
start fading with whatever the master's seeing is, and then you leave the razor work for the end.
Yeah, no, I'm like a wall barber mostly, and I cut top to bottom.
Yeah, I cut the same way. So
Yeah.
you're using the magic clips now. Or you still have the seeing-is.
Magic Clip wireless and 76ers.
Yeah, the magic clip cordless.
Yeah, the wireless Johns
yeah.
and 76ers. Those are my favorite tools right there.
Yeah, I'm loving the magic clips. I got the
Yeah.
Babyliss 673s. Love those too. I just feel like the magic clips is somewhat better because they also give you the lighting that it lights up to let you know I need some juice. The Babyliss things might just turn off in your
Yeah,
hand.
actually, man, all my barbers actually, I think there's not, out of all 6 of us in there, all of us are Magic Clips.
Yeah. I mean, you can't go wrong. Once you have a taste of that freedom, it's really hard to go back to the chords. You know, you don't have to edge them up like this. You know, you're not going around wrapping the elbow and you're going like this or bringing the wire around like that. You know,
Buddy Cuts. He Andy's barber, man. I just turned him out to walls. He just.
well, I know I love the Andis
copped this
for the
first Magic
canvas.
Clip because of me. Yeah.
I love Andis for the canvas. I know the Andis MVLIs are great too.
Oh, those are fire. The silver ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got those silver bullets on my station.
Oh no, okay. So you call them silver bullets? I
Yeah.
call them silver surface. You're
Okay.
talking about the
silver
lithium,
joints. Yeah.
the edge up.
Yeah.
But you know they have a cordless buzzer too, the MVLI. They have the cordless MVLI.
Never seen it. I gotta check it out.
Andy Authentic swears by him. So you
Okay.
check out his page. He swears
Okay.
by him. He's using the cordless Andis.
Man, he came to Jacksonville one time. I never shook his hand because I couldn't make it to that event at that moment. Something had went down, but he did come out to an event out there, and it was a dope event, I heard. I couldn't make it, and he was there, but that dude got some nasty work. That Mr. Andy Authentic, ScissorSalute, man.
Yeah,
Like,
Andy
I ain't shake
Authentic
your
is-
hand yet, man, but your work is nasty, you know?
Andy
Meet you.
Authentic is he actually was a judge yesterday.
At the event?
At the event, he was a judge yesterday. He's actually been on the show before. And he's a great guy. He's been at the My Show's Classic headquarters. And he's just, his whole crew seems to be very consistent, very focused, very determined. I would think right now, if we're going to be talking about regions, Connecticut seems to be very focused right now. Seems to be a lot of support from shops supporting each other. You know,
But Buddy Cuss stood out there when he was younger, man. He got history in Connecticut.
what part of Connecticut?
Hartford.
Hartford. Okay, so when you was out at the convention center yesterday, did it feel like I made it?
Nah, it was like, I remember this. Well, I remember that. You know, 'cause
Yeah, we actually had a chance to stop by and meet a family member he haven't seen for a while since, that's his backyard. Got back family back there.
Yeah.
And it was pretty dope, yeah.
want to come back. I like.
Definitely. So let us know, let the people know right now that are watching the show, what are you trying to accomplish in the next couple of years? Where do you see yourself?
Oh, man, I see Team Executive Cuts just continue moving the way they are. I got strong members on the team right now, and everybody's driven. So I want to keep it like that. It's not one of those squads that you could just kind of walk on. You got to be nice. You got to be persistent. You got to be on point. You know what I'm saying? You got to want to do something that's going to benefit you. You know what I'm saying? It's not nothing where I want to make something off of you because I happen to be big dog of the team. I want you to make something out of you, So that's what I drive and push with all of my people. Another thing is my 904 River City Hair Battle. I'm trying to just continue growing that. It was a project that was created, and it just continued growing, so I'm going to keep investing that positive energy into it. I don't know about another barbershop, honestly.
Well, tell us about your first barbershop, because I know there was some challenges relocating to Jacksonville.
Well,
let the people know, because there's some people out there that want to relocate, might be a little scared about relocating, but you made that move.
It was hard. So my wife joined the Navy back in 09 and 08, and we moved to Jacksonville from Chicago in 09. And I went to go get some jobs out there by the beach area in Jacksonville, and everybody denied me. And I started showing some of my work, and I was like, yo, I'm nice. I use the razor, I top to bottom fade, I ball fade anybody in 15, 20 minutes. I'm clean, bro. What's going on? I've managed shops. And they're like, listen, man, you don't got a license. We can't put you down around here. You don't got a license. This is Florida, and the inspectors is deep. They coming when they assume somebody called, they coming. That's a reputation in Florida. So I was like, all right, so what do I do? So we're talking January 09. I had my back against the wall, couldn't make $1, so I was trying to cut hair in my kitchen, trying to pick up these Navy dudes. And then I was like, yo, I really don't like dudes in my house, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, I got to get behind a chair. I can't have my wife and my kids chilling and then dudes walking around looking at, I don't know what you thinking, So I was like, man, I got to make a move. So I used to work out every day, hooping different little leagues on the base. So I had my homeboy, he was the coach at the time, and he said, hey, man, there was a school out there called Trendsetters Barber School out in the West Side. You should go check it out. And I was like, all right, cool. So I got on Yahoo, Google, one of those little apps. And I was like, let me go check this out real quick, see how much they talking, let's see if I approve, if I got enough money, or if they got accreditation so I could find, financial aid, whatnot. So I made the phone call, man. Not only was I broke, but it was an hour away from the crib.
Man.
An hour away from the crib, so I'm broke. We're living off of maybe $2,000 a month, and that's feeding me, wifey, and the baby. You know what I'm saying? Then we find out she's pregnant. So all kind of weight just got slapped on, on the back. So I was like, okay, well, I got to figure this out, and I got to figure it out quick. I had family members telling me to go get a job. Hey, man, go get a job. They're hiring over here for $10. They're hiring over here for $13. Go over here, do this, do that. And I said, man, I'm a barber, bro. I said, you can't force me to go get a job. I don't work for people. I work for me, you know what I'm saying? And there's a mission that got to get accomplished. And if I don't charge this mission, it'll never get accomplished. And when I die, it's going to be what if. When I get old, I'm going to die with what ifs. And I don't want to die with what ifs. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened with a lot of these old heads. They full of what ifs. What if I would have did this? What if I would have did that?
Or if I would have.
Yeah.
If I would have, it would have been different if I would have done this.
Yeah.
I definitely understand where you're coming from that aspect. Definitely don't want to have any type of regrets in the future.
Yeah.
But again, I know for the people that are watching, it's very hard to make that adjustment and leave where you are. But at the same time, where you are, you're staying there for the wrong reasons, the outcome is never going to be good. If you're staying there because you're just comfortable, but being that you're comfortable doesn't mean that you enjoy what you're doing. You could be miserable.
For real.
And
Facts.
hesitate and not go to what your gut is saying. You're going to miss a great opportunity to even test the waters.
Yeah,
You
if
have
don't
to get
make
out
the
there.
move, if you don't make the move, it ain't gonna be done. And a lot of people second guess themselves or scared to make a move. You got to do it, man. If you want it, no. Like I tell my guys, like I said, I got a team, and there's about 10 of us, man. And I tell them all the time, man. Hey, I ain't gonna do it for you. Buddy Cuz right there. I ain't gonna listen, man. If you don't want it, how am I gonna want it for you?
Oh, man, it seems to happen a lot. I mean, I've emceed a couple events. I'm not saying I'm over here and I'm one of the best hosts, whatever. I've emceed a couple events. But I also know how hard it is to get everybody in the barbershop on the same thing and go. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
It's no, I need that cold one. I'll give you.
Ain't nothing better than cold.
And I'm not talking about a beer. I'm talking about a cold Poland spring water. Love it. Listen, I mean, we have discussion in the
First time is
barbershop.
good.
My coworkers are watching the show. If they're watching the show, they're like, "Here this guy go. He need to get off that Poland Spring, man. That water's no good. I drink the best water."
What's good with this, man? I never tried it.
I love it, but my coworkers don't like it.
Just water.
It's water, right?
Crazy.
No, it's not. It's
Well, I mean,
rejuvenating.
We were gonna fly over here, and we were like, man, it was supposed to be 6 of us. It ended up being 5. So one of our other team members, he wasn't fit. He was just tired, exhausted, down and out, stood at the spot. But we drove up here from Florida, and we agreed to it. It wasn't like we didn't have the
Wow.
funds. We took a ride. We took
good.
we
It's
took a
fun.
trip.
You guys, are you documenting it? Like you guys should have documented. You could have had
Man,
like
yeah,
a little movie, a mini movie right there.
We should have, because it was
The Florida drive to New York and then to Connecticut and then back.
man. Listen, man.
Híjole.
Everything that was planned just didn't come out as planned. From right, bro?
We did late.
We were supposed to leave at this time, and from that moment on, everything just kind of said. We had
see that?
we had the
all the time.
hotel book. We had sleeping schedules. We had all this set up to a point, to the T, and like from routine number 1, it just collided. Like, hey, we're supposed to do this first. Bang, it was done. Like, it was crazy, and then it just became an adventure, and like, we're exhausted. We're supposed to get to New York, Brooklyn, New York at 2 a.m. We pull up at like 7:45 a.m. Now we're like in traffic, and we got to be in Connecticut at 2. And my guys are exhausted, and I got them showcasing at the Lux for Men booth for hours. So I say, listen, man, y'all need to start sleeping in this van, because y'all need to start, get your proper rest in this van, yeah, because
15 minutes, get it out of the system.
yeah, because I know it's gonna be uncomfortable, but we got the way the time was so much traffic, like we were on our way to Brooklyn, and it was like to the point where we weren't gonna make it to Connecticut at 2. So we were like, we're not even going to check in. We're driving straight to the expo. We're going to rent a motel. We're going to shower. And then we're going to go across the street. We'll rent something around the area just to clean up real good. And then time ended up going good on our side. And all we did was run to the hotel. We did a little Airbnb joint. So we ran to the house. Everybody showered, changed. I tell you, we all 5 of us showered, changed, lined ourselves up, and jumped in the car within like 50 minutes.
Yeah, that's how you got to do it.
And then as soon as we jump in the car, traffic, dunk. I was like, oh, dang. Now, mind you, these two over there on stage, over there taking care of business, they never been to New York. So, like, they're from the South. So, you're talking 5 cars at a time, traffic. You know what I mean? Like, just smaller numbers of volume of traffic. And they came over here, and everybody's cutting us off, flicking us off. Taxi drivers acting crazy.
Cursing at you.
And they from the, Southern hospitality. Hey, how you doing? Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Open the door for you. That's the same.
Wow, no, man, no.
Over here, they'll push you out of the way to get onto the subway.
Matter of fact, we're the people that we go out of state and we hear that and we're like, what do you want? Hear that? Good morning, sir. How are you? What do you want, bro? What do you want from me? I'm just greeting you. What do you want? No one just greets me and says, good morning to me. All right. You must want something from me.
For real, what you want from me?
Sir, I was just telling you good morning and welcome to Florida.
I did that to the old lady. She said, I love you, babe. I said, what you want? No. Why do I want something? I just want to say I love you. I said, I'm just messing with you. I know what you want.
See, out here in New York, you know what it is? We greet each other with insults. It's like, how you doing? You beep, beep, beep. I'm doing good. Beep, beep. Ah, my dude. You get over that, all that nice greetings and salutations and be like, what you want something, My dad always told me when someone comes up and says that means they want something from you.
So we've been around like 48 hours in the New York, city limits or whatever, and the East Coast rubbed off in 48 hours. They're bumping.
Oh, so what? Now you guys are rude now too?
yeah.
The East Coast rubbed off, so now you guys.
We went to Family Dollar and they bumping shoulders with people and they ain't saying excuse me now. It's like, hey man, everybody for themselves, huh? Like it's just crazy. Yeah.
Yo, buddy, how was the CT Barber Expo? Back off, yo. You know what I'm saying? Buddy, what happened to you?
So Mike, the Portia's models a barber as well.
Yeah, that's Tasha Cudditt right there. She's a member of the executive cuts team as well. Yeah.
Okay, and then the buddy cuts, and then what? Rican David is the one.
Rican David's the one that couldn't make it at the time. Yeah.
Rican the one that don't show up.
Rican David. Yeah, man.
And he missed out on the second Puerto Rico because there's more Puerto Ricans in New York State than there is in Puerto Rico.
Oh, word.
So he missed out.
I actually heard of that. Yeah, I actually heard of that.
Yeah, you actually missed out to come to Puerto Rico too.
No. Rican David's present. He just couldn't make it to this right here. He was on stage cutting and chopping it up and everything. He's got left behind in Brooklyn because he wasn't feeling well.
So how was the Lux booth? I know you guys.
Oh man, they I mean, like I said, my team is pure talent. Thank God, that's a blessing. And they were drawing a crowd. Like I gave them about an hour, and they had people like it looked like the barbershop. Like Lux had to stop my guys because they were just gone. They needed to do interviews with Wool Cuts and all this other stuff they had planned. And this Buddy Cuts was putting them in there to the point where I'll be right back. They're building a clientele in Connecticut.
I feel like everybody had like that felt like there was a lot of booths that really did good. I'd like to take the time to ScissorSalute Maestro's classic Barber Maestro program. Respect My Crafts, Awakening Maestro showcase that went down yesterday. I'd like to take the time out, and I don't want to miss anybody because I don't want to miss out on anybody. So I'd like to ScissorSalute Respect My Craft, Juanito Barber, 610 Legends, Johnny J, The Barber, Vance The Barber, DJ _the_ Barber, Ainsley The Barber, Karina Lady Barber, Nikki Slays, Cold Cuts, DV Barber, Raul The Barber, God Bless My Hands was at the Maestro Showcase. I've been following the God Bless My Hands since I got on Instagram. I never even seen this guy.
You met him what, yesterday?
Yesterday. Never, he doesn't post pictures like, you know how some people might have like a strategy. You might do picture of a haircut, picture of a beard cut, picture of this, and then you do a picture of you cutting hair and action shot. He'd post up no action shots.
No action. Okay, so you don't know how he looks. You didn't know his work.
And
that's kind of dope though. It kind of brands his work.
Yes, like a ninja.
Yeah.
So ScissorSalute also Salute Cuts, Rue Blades, El Jefe Cuts, Angel the Barber, David Fit Barber, Joe the Barber. There's one more. Angel the Barber, Dave Fit Barber, Joe the Barber, and 2 Set Fades. So those are all the people that showcase. We had that much people showcase at that booth yesterday. 3 on the stage, 1 on the floor. Mm-hmm. Here's the crazy thing. A couple barbers, they didn't want to showcase on the floor. They want to showcase on the stage. During the showcase, the floor became like the hot spot. Okay. It seemed like...
you said on stage or the floor?
The floor.
The floor became the hot spot. I would have been on the floor.
So there was 3 on the stage, and then the floor became like the hot chair. Everybody did good. ScissorSalute again to Joel Style 1234. His wife, his fam that was there working the booth. His wife does an amazing job. she's pregnant, like ready to go. Like that's like
Hustler.
respect my craft about to have another member.
Damn.
And she had one of her daughter there.
Okay.
So it was definitely family fun over there at the Respect My Craft booth. Again, I'd like to scissor salute everybody from the Barber Maestro program, Awakening Maestro Showcase. That was our first showcase. I'd like to scissor salute Maestro's Classic Ghost, Rudy, Al Uppercut, Demo, Brock, all the rest of the Barber Maestros from the Speak Easy facility over there at headquarters. Like to salute you guys and thank you guys so much for giving me the opportunity. And anybody who would like their beard work to be reposted, make sure you follow Barber Maestros and use the hashtag Barber Maestros as well.
No, I get it back.
And
I enjoyed the CT Expo, but by me bringing my team, I was more focused on making sure that they were taking care of the business up there. This was their first time actually showcasing, like, in such a crowd. So I wanted to make sure the ice was broken the right way, if that makes sense. So
it makes perfect sense. It makes
I'll tell, like, hey, I'm gonna go sneak and go grab something to eat. Y'all straight? I was starving. Are we good, Mike?
you
good?
took the captain role. You took the leadership role. Now, in our industry, everybody is their own boss. We know this. But for stuff to go right, as a team, there needs a captain. We need a captain. And it's great when you have a captain like him who is helping you guys and at the same time helping you as a runner. Some people be too proud for that running position. Hey, man, you want me to go get you something to eat? Want me to go get you some water? And, meanwhile, everyone else don't know who the person is. From Instagram, you're looking over there and like, oh wow, oh man, he's running for his teammates. So that's good that you were doing that. You took the initiative. You gave him the opportunity to showcase. Buddy Cuts, how did it feel showcasing in your first showcase at the biggest event for barbers worldwide?
It was just a little bit of pressure, a little bit.
A little bit?
Just a little bit, but then after that, then it just like back in the shop. But it was kind of overwhelming though. All these people, they looking at your work, Hey, what do you think? Hey, that's good, man. What's your name?
Yeah.
You got a car? Where you from? Networking, you bump into people, You never know who's out there. And I don't know, man. This was a good experience for me.
Yeah.
That's
Definitely.
what this all about in the first place.
Exactly.
I signed up for this.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know. I'm just gonna put me in position.
How does it feel to see what's outside of the shop?
It feels real good.
Feels good, right?
Yeah.
Well, let's check out some of the work. If you're watching the show, I'm pretty sure you heard your parents tell you not to run with scissors in your hand. We're about to show you what happens. LA, is there any way we can zoom in on that cam right there so we can get a little close up to see what happened? Okay, so this is what happened. She wasn't running with scissors in her hand, but we've told people before, when it comes to scissors saluting, please just use your fingers. Don't try to use the scissors to try to scissor salute. She was in the midst of doing something, and I'll let you know right now, she's tough as nails because
She scissor saluting now.
she scissor saluted and the shears got caught in her eyes and
Buddy, can you please just pass on the mic? This is Tasha Cutter, please.
Does it hurt?
well Tasha really stabbed it. Tasha stabbed it.
Tasha
No, she
stabbed
didn't cut it.
Pretty painful. Pretty painful.
So Tasha, again, you came out here to up north, CT Barber Expo. The very next day, you hit the Scissor Salute show. How was the experience? Let the viewers know the experience that you just went through.
Very, very humbling experience. It's a little overwhelming being around all the people, and I'm usually like the nervous, reserved type. But it's very humbling, and I'm glad I can get myself out there in my work. And like Buddy said, Mike gave us the opportunity, and he's the good captain of the ship to give us the opportunity to push us to be able to do what we need to do to get ourselves out there, as a team and as an individual. So I'm very humbled by it.
Definitely. And what would you say was one of the best or the biggest point that you seen yesterday at the CT Barber Expo? What was the one that was just like, yo?
Oh my God, Floyd Mayweather's boxing.
Yeah, I was about to say that was my that was. I was just you took the words out my mouth right there.
What was the lady's name again?
Iced Out Barber, J Star.
Yeah. ScissorSalute to her. What is it? Iced Out Barber?
ScissorSalute. Iced Out. So I think it's Iced Out Barbershop. Her IG is J Star. I mean, I was surprised how laid back she was.
Yeah, humble. I met her. I was chopping it up with Curtis Smith over there at the Exotic. We're chopping it up about a couple things, and I turned around and I was like, hey, are you Mayweather's barber? And she's like, yeah, that's me. I said, yeah, I need a picture with you. This is pretty dope right here. I turned around and Tasha cut it right there. Like, yo, I need one. Yo, check it out. Cop one with her. And that was dope because I was like, man, I brought my team and the only female on my floor just met the hottest barber and the hottest boxer in the industry. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
barber,
you know what it is?
That's weird. Like
It's a girl, yeah.
Yeah, you know what it is too? She one of the things I felt about the CT Barber Expo, if you notice, you had Marcus Harvey there. Marcus Harvey is like a barber to the stars. He doesn't even like consider himself a celebrity barber. Yeah, he cuts so many of them, and he puts a lot of people on. He also has a show. He has his own show that has nothing to do with barbering. He also does comedy shows. So this is like also showing the different talents that people have. And here goes Marcus Harvey. He's walking the floor like it's nothing. JC the barber, the celebrity A-list barber out there in California.
Yo, I heard he got a bodyguard or something.
Yeah. Well,
somebody told me about it. Then I seen him like 15 minutes later by the bar, and there was like a 6'6" brolic dude. I'm like, yo, who's that?
Well,
is that true? Or that was the rumor?
I'll let him explain the reason why he has a bodyguard. That's not really my say.
Gotcha. Yeah.
To talk about that because I don't really know 100% the whole story. But you gotta understand someone like him who is used to, he just doesn't cut French Montana. He just doesn't cut like a lot of his clients, like Chris Brown. He's just not cutting them. He's out and about with them. A lot of people don't know when he first started cutting French Montana would be like, hey, I'm coming out to L.A., Jay, I'm coming out to L.A. Can you get everything ready? So he would be calling up JC the barber. I'm coming out to get a haircut from you. And JC the barber would be setting up the after parties for him after he performed or whatever. And they became really close. So you going out with an entourage like that and whatever, and JC the barber, if you see his Instagram, he has some ice on him. He has some ice on him. He might need him. He might need him. Along with success is going to come haters. It's almost like success equals haters. And it's so easy for everyone to say something negative when you're sitting down on the bench. It's very easy for people to say, oh, this, that, and the third, because they're not in the game. People that are, and I don't mean to say in the game, and I feel like when you're in the trenches, you're out there and you're doing some stuff, you're so focused on what you're doing, and you should stay focused and not worried about what the next person is doing.
Tunnel vision.
Have that tunnel vision, and because if you address someone, it's going to slow you down. But with the whole topic to what I'm saying, the key to it is, along the way when you're going to where you need to go, you're going to run into people that are always going to try to distract you. And it is so easy to be like, this guy, oh man, this girl thinks she all that. It's so easy to do that.
I get that all the time.
It's harder it's harder for you to get out and do something when you're like, okay, I gotta go do this, and it's like, oh, this guy he full of himself, man. You remember how we used to be, man? He's full of himself. Hey, he changed. You're damn straight he changed. You want him to remain the same? In order for you to get to where you got to go, you need to change. If you stay the same, you're going to find yourself in the place where you were last seen. I took that from Wu-Tang, but I used it in the right tense. Okay? I didn't make that up.
Bars.
But I connected that right there.
Not for nothing, Eli, but yesterday I posted on my Facebook, never thought that doing something good for yourself and your family was a bad thing to do. guess you're cooler when you're broke with no priorities or responsibilities whatsoever. Like what I was trying to imply was like when you're out there, like you said, like on those missions in those trenches, and you're really trying to like make a move, and then you finally accomplish it, and you're like, you become humble about it because you had to go through hell for it, you know? And then you're happy about it. And then that one dude that was in the same position as you when you was on a come up, that watched you come up, doesn't honor your come up. So now he hates on you. And then now you want to fight. Now you don't want to fight. Like he might want to, like you don't know what you want to do with this individual. But your best thing to do is blank him out and continue moving forward. But then you start thinking like, yo, I've been knowing this cat for 20 years. I've been knowing this dude. It's not like a dude that I met at the corner store and then he's hating on me now. Like, I don't care about him. I went to elementary school with you, bro. Like, you know, where did this come from? You know,
Well, that's the whole thing. You went to elementary school with him, and he still wants to play in the sandbox. Meanwhile, you're out there doing a career. That seems to be what happened. So, Buddy Cuts, please let everybody know how they could get in contact with you. Any type of social media information that you would like to share, please do so now. The stage is yours.
Okay, Facebook, Buddy Cuts, Instagram, @Buddy Cuts, Twitter, @Buddy Cuts.
I like that. Everything Buddy Cuts.
Style seat.
Yep, Style Seat, Buddy Cuts.
Everything.
Yeah, I'm going to start at buddycuts.com.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm going to take, it's got a little buzz, so I'm going to just roll with
Yeah, I'm
it.
helping all my guys brand
me?
they
They got a little bud.
Woo! That's a little buzz. You know,
little
buzz.
Well, I hear with the little buzz, but but you gotta keep it branded. We're gonna get rid of the buzz and just go Buddies, Cuts.
Buds.
And yourself, do you want to let everybody know how they could get in contact with you?
Facebook, Latasha Baker. I got my government on there, but Instagram, Tasha Cut It.
Tasha, cut it.
Butzke,
Cut it.
Tasha Cut It.
Cut it. Tasha, cut it. Cut it.
With a K. With a K.
K. Tasha Cut It.
Sure you get the
You know,
spelling.
Yeah.
Okay?
cut with the K.
I should cut it with a K. She cut it with a K.
Buddy Cuts with a K and a
I
Z.
definitely want to send her a special scissors salute because we've never done an interview with somebody with a pair of shears in their eyes.
Yeah. and
Salute,
her
Tasha.
threshold for pain is amazing.
Yeah.
She's definitely representing.
And for everybody who likes The Walking Dead, right there, you got the Walking Dreads.
Walking Dread, yeah.
We just come up with like a whole bunch of stuff here on the show right on the spot.
Punchlines.
And Mikey Faze, let everybody know how they can get in contact with you and all the social media information that you'd like to share. Please do so now.
Mike Fades on Facebook. Mike_Fades on Instagram. Mike Fades on Twitter. Mike Fades on Flickr. Mike Fades on.
You got a Flickr?
Yeah, I got everything that you can attach to an Instagram account I've opened because
okay.
I'm me and my team, we hit every outlet that's possible. If it's free, we want it. We want you to hear about it. You're gonna hear about executive.
I see Mikey Fades in the Yankee Trader.
Yeah. Man, I got something called Swarm. Listen, I got all. When you know how when you Instagram download, it gives you the options of Facebook, and you kind of get to. Yeah. So I went and all of us. We
Mikey Fades on Mi Gente.
Yeah, Mi Gente, MySpace.
That's marketing, mate.
Black Planet, the whole nine. Yeah. That was like
Catch him on eHarmony.
Old school Facebook. Yeah. You remember Mi Gente, huh? That's old school, bro. So Mike Fades on to everything. I do got a government, Michael Gomez Facebook, but it's going down this week, this month. I'm going straight professional on my business only. I'm operating business pages only. Personal, if you know me personally, then that's all you could get from me.
Let's switch to the cut cam real quick. Let's just switch to the cut cam because during the cut cam we're going to switch up. I just want to ask Mike one question because he brought up a really good point. How important is it to have your social media if you have cuts, fades, barber, style, anything that has to do with your career? How important is it to keep your page professional? As tempting as it is to be like showing popping bottles, for instance, how important is it to keep it professional?
It's very important because it's a perception. Your perception is key. So people look at you and that's how they judge you. You're trying to build.
You're his model. You want to just grab his tools?
I'm sorry. So got run that back to me. I'm sorry.
No, I threw you off. I was asking a question. I started. Listen, this is what happens, right? I just asked him how important it is to keep your page professional if you have fades or barbering involved in it. But the problem is I'm from New York, so I talk with my hands, and I'm over here. I'm like distracting him with my hand movement. So I'm talking on the side. So again,
I'll try to talk, be quiet, talk. You know, I like to be quiet or not. That's that Southern hospitality rub off on me.
Yeah.
But the importance of keeping a professional page is your image. Your image is important. Perception is key. When people look at you dressed, they start at the sneakers all the way up to your haircut, or from your haircut all the way down to your sneakers, and they quick to judge by the book. So how do you want to be judged? You know, my haircut started at 25 and up. I want to look like a 25 and up barber, or do I want to look like a $12 and up barber? You know, how do you carry yourself? How do you compose yourself? What kind of conversations? We have meetings at least twice a month in my shop. We control music, vulgar language, different things in that nature, because that affects our pocket. We don't want to affect each other's pocket. You know what I'm saying? So
definitely, I like that the way you say that, and it's all about elevation. And those who probably attend that will be elevated, and those who don't attend that, you know, exonerated.
Yeah.
Or you're gonna benefit from always wanting to learn and wanting to go further. And when you want to go further, and you have others that want to go further, and you surround each other with the furtherness. I know that's not a word, but I just made it up. It's a whole lot easier as opposed to being with a couple people that are negative, and you guys all trying to move, and you have someone holding you back. Because it could take only one person to hold back the whole group.
Yeah.
You know, fact. If you have put it this way, if you're like, well, Eli, that makes no sense. It makes perfect sense. Because if you're driving an immaculate car with 20-inch rims and all this, and you have your music and all that, but that one element, which is air, is not in the tires, doesn't want to cooperate, you're not going nowhere. You're not going nowhere. And that's one thing taken away from that immaculate car that you want to drive. It's not going to work.
So I tell my guys all the time, that's an infection. It's contagious, and you got to get away from it. If you find somebody that can even be your closest partner, if he's rubbing off the wrong way, sometimes you got to cut your homie off because you got to proceed. You got to succeed. Your boy ain't going to hold your hand and take you there. You know, so you got to do what you got to do. Now, as a team, as a unit, we're going to assist each other. But like I said, I can't fulfill your dream. You got to chase it, you know, and I'm not going to hold it back. I'm going to try my best to assist it, because if I feel like if I can assist you when I need it, you can assist me. You know, one hand wash the other. Steel sharpens steel, you know, so it makes sense.
Bars. So once again, that was Michael Gomez Jr. His Instagram handle is Mike_Fades, and that is MIKE_FADEZ. You were watching the ScissorSalute show. We're going to ask everybody once again to press that share button, share it on your feed, and also invite as much people as you can to watch the show. If you're watching it on Facebook, we are letting everybody know we have the ScissorSalute show app where you can watch the show and at the same time fill out the showcase information. Leave your contact information, and we'll get back to you in the order that the email's received. If you want us to see your work on social media, please use the hashtag ScissorSalute and at us as well. Follow us on Instagram. And if you would like to book us for an event or advertise with us, you could also fill out the showcase part on the ScissorSalute show app or email us scissorsalute@yahoo.com. Thank you so much. You're watching the ScissorSalute show. And on the cut cam right now, we have Jatori. She's showcasing out of El Paso, Texas, and she works at Blessed Barber Studio. And right next to her, we have Pretty Naughty Effects from Jacksonville, Florida. So here we are on the ScissorSalute show. We have Texas and Florida on the stage. ScissorSalute to that. And sit next to me, we have Chato.
What's up?
This girl, make sure you scoot up a little bit talking. For you guys who follow Barbershop Connect, right? And Barbershop Connect, I'll say about 2 or 3 years ago, put up a post of someone playing the drums. And the barber was cutting the drummer's head. Was it the fastest fade?
Yes, it was.
Okay, so the drummer's drumming and he's buzzing. So he got the drummer drumming. It's a 15-minute fade. The drummer set up a boom, boom. This is exclusive cuts. Halloween Massacre, the first one. I had the privilege of co-hosting it with the People's Voice, I Barber, and this man comes up with a drum set. I'm like, what was that? It's gonna go on here, and there goes Chato right there, cutting the drummer's hair while the dude's playing the drums. How did you come up with that concept?
The concept was I just wanted to stand out. For me, it didn't matter if I win. So I just wanted to grab the attention of the people, and so they can know who I was. And since he was my cousin, and he's very talented, I just asked him, "You want to do it?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm down for it."
Chato, did we speak today on the phone?
No, we didn't.
I didn't speak to Chato on the phone. This happened 3-4 years ago, and I still remember it. I still remember. We did not go over this. This wasn't not going. This is a live show. We didn't go over it, but it still stood out. And the fact that Chato from 3-4 years ago, when we're going up to him to come up on the ScissorSalute show, and the fact that he's in here in the studio right now shows a whole lot.
Right. Very, very thankful for the invitation. Like we in New York. Got lost, but I'm here.
Definitely. So give us a little sample of what's going on over there in El Paso. You also have another El Paso barber here.
Right.
If we could go to the cut cam momentarily, LA. Go ahead, Chato. Let us know.
Well, in El Paso, we have very talented barbers down there. Like Jatori, they work for a Bless studio, and I know them personally. And everywhere I go, I always get the chance to talk to them. And right now I'm working with Team Johnny B. So they have me working classes, going to events, and I'm always learning not just from my follower Johnny B teams, but I also attend the classes and from other barbers.
I seen JoJo at the event yesterday.
JoJo went. He stopped by for a little bit, but he was doing his thing.
So how is it working with Johnny B? I'll let you know the capes. That's the word. You know, I first seen Johnny B. I got a cape at the Barber Battles of Long Island back in 2013. So it was, and now I fact you guys have the hair product.
Yeah, well, a lot of people don't, they don't think they know Johnny B, but Johnny's been around for 22 years.
Wow, really?
For 22 years. It's just the reason a lot of people don't know Johnny B is because they're not focused in advertising that much. Like you see other products, they make videos, they always in social media. And Johnny B is more like educational wise. So they have always helped me out. This is why I guess, where I'm at right now, at my point.
Yeah, I mean, I feel, coming from El Paso, again, there's a lot of great barbers there. But seeing the growth of the industry is always great. And that's why one of the reasons why I love hosting the ScissorSalute show. Because I see it grow every week.
Right.
Again, you're out here in New York. Like, how does that feel when you bring it in? You bring it into the reality of, I'm out here in New York. And I know you had to go check New York City. You had to have checked out.
Yeah, I was in New York City.
Did you take the infamous Times Square selfie?
Yeah.
Yes. Actually, so how does it feel when are you going there tonight to do that?
I don't know, but I got lost because what's good about Johnny B, that we have ambassador, we call him ambassador in each city. So when I came down here, there was a Johnny B ambassador, and he's the one that's kind of my tour. I went to go visit him at the barbershop. He's out of the Bronx. His barbershop is called LeBron's. So I went to
La Bronx?
LeBron, like LeBron James.
Oh, like LeBron. So
I went to the Bronx, and he's like, take the train, do this, do that. But I went by myself.
What?
So
Set them off.
It's like, just get in the train.
You took the subway too?
Yeah, the subway. Yeah, that's what I did.
Yo, you really experienced some New York. You definitely did. There's some characters on the subway, boy. There's definitely some. You might see some people dancing and all that. Just as soon as it, boom, next stop, Penn Station. Music
Especially
just comes out.
In El Paso, we don't have like the train station or nothing like that. It's mostly like everything's so close that you can just drive to it.
Oh no, man!
Right? Country,
New York City. No, so you was on the Iron Horse for real. This guy, you definitely taking some subways to the BX. I know. I like taking the Long Island Railroad.
Okay.
I'll take that all day. Is when you start taking the subways, that's when it's just like I'm telling you, you're like, boom, next stop.
Yeah.
You know, South Bronx. Oh man, the doors close and then that's it. You just don't know. You don't know what's up. You might try to take a train ride. Next thing you know, you're tipping people for dancing and rap. I mean, there's some great talent in the subways, but
that boy Buddy last night, he experienced the New York traffic firsthand. I gave him the car keys. He had a roller coaster ride.
Yeah. So, what's up next? I mean, you're out here in the East Coast, but what's up next for you, Chaplin? What is up?
We just every month I usually do classes where I'm at in El Paso. I go and educate either I do personal classes with because Johnny B only sells to a private distributor. We have two private distributors, which is Armstrong McCall and Cosmo Pro, which just sells to professionals. So a lot of people go. A lot of people go up to our booth when they see us at the competition and they want to buy direct, and like we tell them we can't do that. Like you gotta go through these distributors and you buy them from them, then you retail to your clients. That's how Johnny B holds the price on the product.
Keeps the value.
Yeah, keeps the value.
I like that, and you guys don't bend for nothing. You guys have what you do, the format, and you stick to the plan, and that's great.
They ain't gonna sell it to anybody either. You gotta have EIN numbers.
And
you gotta have tax ID. That's business.
And that's what you mean by the professional. That's what you mean by professional.
Yeah, you gotta have a license to play with them boys. They won't give you nothing.
I mean, we've seen Johnny B. Like I said, when I first came across them, it was just like a cape. Then I noticed they had some gels, some products, people posting it up. It's just great to have actually an educator come here and see. I guess where you started in El Paso.
Right.
I mean, you must have been starting out because you were in competition. Yeah, because I know you probably ain't doing no competitions now.
Nah, I haven't done competition about like a year.
All right.
But I like the hype about it when you're competing. Yeah, it just
intensity.
But now you got to love the education aspect.
Right.
Because now you get to share with everybody what you do, how you do it, and the benefits of using the product.
Right.
So as you go going through the slideshows right now, we can see some of the work. Again, it's the low drop that Mike was talking about.
That drop fade.
The drop fades where you leave the hair darker and you really play with manipulation of the hair to do some work right there. And there you go. You have watermarked on Johnny B on some of the pictures.
Clean right there.
You did cut some models, huh?
Mm-hmm. Actually, that individual he's
Why?
A radio host. So I cut two of the top radio hosts in my city. So when celebrities actually come to the city, they want to get a haircut, they call me so I can go cut their hair.
That's good. That's that word of mouth. The best advertisement there is right there.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's good to always have business cards. And for those of you that are watching the show, any hair event that you go, I mean, anywhere you go to, I don't care if you're going up the block to get some milk and you got your PJs still on. Them PJs better have enough room to have some of your business cards on you. And another thing, what good is having business cards if you? Ooh, look at that right there.
That was the second event for exclusive.
I
You
like
never
that.
saw that,
right
but I actually, since I'm Mexican, we have a dance over there it's called the Matachines. So it's like a tribe dance, and I actually took it to the event, and they dance around me.
Nice, man. You go, Chato reaching the next
man,
level.
creative, man.
You reaching the next level. And like I was saying,
Nice.
it's no, what good is having business cards if you're not going to hand them out? But Chato, man, you on the next level. So okay, this guy, like I said, I introduced him because I know a lot of people seen on Barbershop Connect with the drummer getting faded. That's Chato. So now you brought it to the next level on some like Michael Jackson dances in the background, some more Coming to America.
Because I'm a big boxing fanatic, and as you know, boxers always come out with, especially Floyd Mayweather, he always has
The extras.
I'm like, that's the way I want to do it. You know, it's not just about the haircut. It's about.
And again, it's about being. I guess you're coming off right. About being remembered.
Yeah.
You know, it's about the standout because in competition, it's gonna be hard to win the competition when you're going into a battle. And it's great that you're coming out with the concept, whether I win or lose, everyone's going to be leaving there going, if they don't know Chato, they're going to be like, did you see the dances this guy had? He had them dancing around him. Like, I didn't know whether to cheer for him or start throwing dollars out there. He had them dances going.
And it's nice for other barbers to see because a lot of barbers haven't seen that history of.
Well, it's good to involve the culture.
Yeah, the culture, you're right.
The culture, your and heritage, and to be proud of, and to implement that. Did I just use that the right way? Implement that? Probably my girl's watching right now. Like I'm about to get a text message. You said it in the wrong tense. Stop it already. Read a book. So it's great that you was able to bring that together and show people at the same time loving what you do and loving your heritage. And being inspired by boxers to do that. There's a lot, you're hitting us with a lot of different information from different directions. This is great right here.
Yep.
That's a dope concept, though. Like, win, lose, or draw, you're going to remember me.
Yeah, win, lose, or draw, you're going to remember.
And a mariachi band around me.
Yo,
you're going to remember this Mexican kid, bro.
Yeah, you're going to remember the Aztec warrior.
I lost.
He's a barber to the Aztecs.
For real. You
right there.
You remember AC/DC and all that. You feel me? Yeah. Rock and roll band and all that.
Well, if you're watching right now and you're thinking about getting into a competition or your next competition, you might want to take a little sample of what Chato's talking about and really trying to stand out from the rest of everybody and stand out in a positive way.
Yeah.
Use some of your inspiration, your motivation, and use that to when you're competing. You don't want to be known for something negative and something bad. Be a standout where it's going to be something good for you, maybe something that it can involve your community. And it's great. It's great because me and Chato didn't go over the interview before the show. I apologize to him before that. I apologize to him for that. But you notice I was able to memorize him from the drummer, and now he's letting us know. We just seen the picture of what he did at what was the Halloween Massacre 2 or 3?
2.
Okay, Halloween. And that, if you guys are wondering what's going on, you can check out Exclusive Cuts. Charles from Exclusive Cuts. He has the Halloween Massacre. It's probably one of the more popular events for Halloween battles with the Halloween theme.
Yeah, and I just want to point out that he is from El Paso, but this year they're looking to bring it to Virginia.
They did in California,
Yeah,
right,
it was
last
in
year.
California last year, and I think this year they're looking to bring it to Virginia, October 22nd. I'm pretty sure that's the date.
Oh man,
Charles is my man's. When he came out with the Halloween Massacre joint, I was coming out with the 904 joint, and we mutually met through Barbers Inc. Diller JD. That's how we mutually met, and I met his wife, Cool Peoples. And he could never make it to my show, and I could never make it to his show. So this past year, we communicated and said, hey, listen, I'm going to Texas, and you coming to Jacksonville. We're not going to collide this year. I'm doing the 29th, and you doing either the week after or the week prior. So he picked the week prior. It's still a Halloween event, and we're going to show love.
Okay, so you guys both have, it's just...
Yeah, it's the same. I do the last week of October every year.
Right.
And that's Florida-Georgia weekend in Jacksonville. That's the biggest event. Like college football, the Gators versus the Bulldogs. Yeah. So I do it every year. That Sunday. That Sunday I do it every year.
I went to the Clipper. I did the Clipper relay with
that's my boy
Maduro.
Jose. Yeah.
Yeah, well, National Barbers Association. On the night before, we went out to some spot, and it was just like all you seen was the Florida Seminole jerseys and Hurricane jerseys.
Well, one thing we got set up in Florida is everybody that throws shows, including like Kurt and everybody, we have a communication to where we don't collide on top of each other.
Okay.
Everybody wants to go to Florida. So you're talking like the cartel, the MLB joint. The next week is exotics. You see it in collide on top of each other. You know, you got the Clipper Relay, and then you have a Miami joint. Nothing. We all communicate.
Well,
and if
that's
something
good.
does collide, it's because there was a lack of communication.
Well, that's good right there. And Chato, I mean, is there any other region that you're going to be going to in the future, maybe sometime soon, maybe doing some education out of state besides educating locally where you are?
Well, that's next week we have an event in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Johnny B has an event down there, so I'll be doing some education over there with JoJo. He's gonna be hosting the event, but it's more like a hair show, and Johnny B's there.
Oh, so it's more of an expo as
Yeah.
opposed to a barber event.
Yeah.
It's a hair expo, and you guys are going to be doing barber
Right.
education
We
through
do.
with the product.
With the product.
Now, Chato, you are able to educate in Spanish and English as well?
Yes, that's why that Johnny B brought me in, because I am more influenced in Spanish than English. So, especially when I go to events, there's a lot of Latinos that they see me and they approach me easier, and I can talk about the product if they don't know the product, but it's easier for them to approach me.
Well, that's great. You see? I've talked to a lot of barbers before. A lot of people want to get into some sort of education, and it's crazy because they're walking around with these high-resolution cameras, worried about taking pictures for Instagram and not making videos and sending them out to the companies to let them know why they should be hired. So if you're watching the show and you got that high-resolution camera, you might be tuning it up right now. It's great that you take a picture to post up on Instagram, show your work, and try to make some income off of Instagram. Make sure you're using the proper hashtags. When I mean by that, make sure you're hashtagging local towns. Don't worry about being reposted. You shouldn't waste your hashtags on being reposted.
Not at all.
Because you could always at them. You can at every repost page or tag them on your picture. So don't worry about wasting hashtags on them. You should be hashtagging your neighbor in town. So back to what I'm saying, you get these high-resolution cameras. You're worried about taking a picture. Meanwhile, you should set it up on the stand and say, hi, my name is Eli the Barber. I got 17 years experience. I also host the ScissorSalute show, and I think I would be a benefit to Walls because I love the magic clips. I love the freedom that they have, and I think I'm able to explain what I'm able to do when I'm holding these tools. Basically, you get what I'm saying. Stop having them high-resolution cameras to just take pictures. Record yourself and let these companies know why they should hire you. Stop waiting for them to get in contact with you. You get in contact with them.
Right.
Should I just throw this? I'll throw this phone.
Throw the phone.
It's
Yeah.
great right there. So, Chado, when you go back to El Paso?
I fly tomorrow.
Oh,
Tomorrow, so I gotta drive from New York to Connecticut, and I fly from Connecticut to El Paso.
Planes, trains, and automobiles. Because my man done rode the Iron Horse. He about to drive to Connecticut, and he's about to fly. And it's great because Chato, you're very professional in what you do. Hopefully Johnny B's watching right now. You mentioned the brand. You obviously love the brand that you are representing. And hopefully, it's not hopefully, I could definitely see you having to get used to travel on trains, planes, and automobiles. You're definitely going to have to get used to that.
Right. For all the people that want to join our team, we actually have 4 classes a year for events that you actually go to corporate in California, and they give a 3-day
Trial?
A trial, yeah. Pretty much what the company's about, how we make the product, because they make the products.
Oh,
there.
okay. So hold up. So you're saying Johnny B has events for anybody who's looking to educate. They actually give the opportunity, but you have to go take it upon yourself to go out there and be interviewed with them.
Well, yeah. Every 3 months, if you gotta follow the Johnny B hair care.
You got to follow him. So it's Johnny B Hair Care on Instagram.
Instagram, Facebook, And
And
every 3
they
months.
will let everybody know every 3 months they hold an
So
event.
whoever's interested, you email them your information. Then they email for some questions, and usually the first interview you only pick about 10 people. So out of those 10 people, you fly out to California to headquarters, and you got
But you got to send them a video first.
right. They send you the question with what you gotta send. It's not just a video that you make up.
So in the email, they're gonna give you questions. They're gonna give you questions to. I'm sorry, we've been looking for this microphone and I had it next to me the whole time. I'm very occupied. Yeah, it's been off. I'm very occupied with conducting some interviews here. Didn't have time to look to the right. So I was just talking about how you should take your high resolution cameras and let people know and get out there and get it. He's letting us know with Johnny B. They give you the questions to answer, but you have to record yourself answering them questions, and then you submit them to Johnny B.
Right.
And they only take 10 people on the interview.
Right.
Correct?
Right.
This is not. We didn't rehearse this. It just so happens to fall into place like this when everybody is positive, trying to do something good. It just so happens to work out like so. Sound like Mike said. It sound like his road trip. But Mike drove out here from Florida. They're actually about to be on the cut cam, and Mike's about to lay it down. I guess as quick as he could do that, huh? And so we could go to the cut cam now. Mike's setting up, but we definitely still have Pretty Naughty FX that's just loving what she loves to do. Just laid down some special effects. As now she's adding the glam to New Eureka Queen. That is the glam cam right now. Not only the cut cam, glam cam. All right, so Chato, thank you so much for doing the interview here at the ScissorSalute Show. Before we let you go, please let everybody know how they could get in contact with you, and please share all your social media information that you can. The stage is yours.
Okay, and IG, Instagram, Chato the Barber. So it's Chato _THA_barber. And Facebook, Chato the Barber Salazar. Instagram, Snapchat, Chato Nation. That's pretty much what I got.
Chato Nation.
So each page is, my Snapchat is more personal, what I do on my daily base. Then my Facebook was business, and my IG is business. So you want to see my haircuts, go to my Facebook or IG. If you want to ask any questions about Johnny B, you can email me or send me a message, and I'll respond to you. I usually respond to everybody.
English or Spanish? He's ready to
English or Spanish.
Respond. Well, thank you so much, Chato.
Thank you, Eli.
Once again, you're watching the ScissorSalute Show, and this is the cut cam. We have Mike _Fades to the left. And still in the trenches, we have Pretty Naughty Effects. Mike is from Florida. Pretty Naughty Effects is from Florida. You just got done seeing Jatori Barber from El Paso, Texas. And you just heard the interview with Chato the Barber from El Paso, Texas. This is the ScissorSalute Show. Hopefully, if you're watching it through the app, ScissorSalute Show app, available on Google Play and iTunes, you can fill out the showcase information if you would like to showcase, advertise with us, or book us for your next event. And we'll get back to you in the order that the email's received. Or you can email us, scissorsalute@yahoo.com, and we'll get back to you. Thank you so much. Now, sitting next to me, she started off the show with me, co-hosting. We have Jatori _the Barber from El Paso, Texas. Hasn't been a barber for a long time, but was able to capitalize on the opportunities that she had in front of her. And when she had the opportunity, she stopped what she was doing and moved forward. And now she is in a great, blessed place. She's blessed place. Should I say that? So let everybody know how you got to where you are and the decision that you had to make in order for that to happen.
Man, well, when I first started, it took a long time to really understand how this industry worked, because I started cutting hair at barber school. Before this, I didn't know anything really. You know what I mean? They asked me tell me the difference between a mid fade and a taper fade. I was completely clueless. This was literally 3 years ago, but my grandfather was a barber, so I did kind of want to fall into the same steps.
Also, it was in the veins somewhat.
Oh,
It's in the
yeah.
bloodline.
Yeah, actually, before I started cutting hair, I still am an artist. I like to do paintings, acrylic, oil. You know, yeah, and I kind of also have wanted to test out like tattooing a little bit because it kind of falls into the same place, honestly. You know?
Absolutely.
I mean, look at Rob the Original. The man can do anything on anything, literally.
You know what it is? You're focused into detail. When you're doing hair, you got to be focused into detail when you're tattooing as well.
Right, most definitely. And so when I started going to barber school, I mean, the concept of cutting hair just came to me so fast and so natural. And I realized, like, wow, like I was in the wrong art genre. You know what I mean? Because once I learned how to use the clippers, I just fell in love. And I'm still in love with barbering right now, that I just see the endless possibilities, like the possibilities that I wanted to see when I was an artist. And I mean, things
Well, the art helped you. The canvas just changed, and the brush just changed.
Right, most definitely. And I mean, it really does help me be extremely creative. I mean, as you see, I created the Glitter Riot. But I mean, before we get to that, I went ahead and really started to understand the industry a little bit more. You know, how people are, people's personalities on and off the stage while they're, whether it's judging or creating events or even competing, you know. So I wanted to go ahead and make this a lifelong thing because, again, I realized that it really was in my veins, you know. So when I went ahead and experienced 2 barbershops before I got to Blessed, it just kind of opened my eyes further into where I saw myself. And you know how they say, see yourself, think yourself, you will be. You know what I mean? So I just kind of kept that, and it went from a dream to reality. I mean, when I first met Papito, he was my idol. You know what I mean? And at the moment that I shook his hand, I was never nervous to talk to him, mind you. You know, like I wasn't starstruck or anything. I was more intrigued. I wanted to pick his brain. You know, I wanted to get a little bit of knowledge because I just saw like what he was trying to create, which is to build his own empire, you know, all on his own. It's so hard, you know, because that's where a lot of barbers kind of think, well, should I create my own thing? Or, I mean, but this company wants to sponsor me.
Yes, he was definitely took a chance. He was in a position with a company that's still striving today.
Right.
And he went on his own and seems to be doing good.
Right.
And you have something to do with that. So let's keep going with the stories. But
All right.
Let's go.
All right. So it actually kind of just started off with us kind of staying in contact with each other here and there. You know, I started supporting his line a lot since barber school. Actually, I bought his first razor, which was the black exposed razor that had PBH right on the actual handle. And now I'm holding the lefty white blessed razor. You know, I'm left-handed, so it's just so crazy how we ended up developing a really good friendship. And as soon as he was confident that he was about to open up his own location, he went ahead and contacted me along with a few other people. I can honestly say that literally everybody that works at Blessed Barber Studio is handpicked by Papito. You know, it's no coincidence that we're all there. You know, so he told me, hey, you know, I want to open up my own shop. Like, I mean, how are you doing right now? And I was like, really? And I said, you know what? I'm interested. So he's like, you know what? Go ahead and think about it and then get back to me. So I get in the car and I started driving off, and I told my girl, you know, I told my wife, oh, shoot, we weren't married just yet, actually. So I told her, I was like, hey, you know what? I just spoke to Papito, and he said, you know, hey, he's kind of interested. And as I was telling her, I was like, wait, you know what? What am I doing? Like, why am I even thinking about it? This is what I've been fighting for. This is what I've been trying to strive to get to. And he's literally asking me, you know, rather than me reaching out to him. And that's when I called him right back. I was like, hold on, babe, let me call you back. I called Papito. I was like, hey, you know what? I'm in 100%. What do we need to do? When do we start? What do you need for me to help you in? And I guess that's when he went ahead and started to notice my commitment and my focus. And he went ahead and just kind of kept me by his side since then. And So we opened up Blessed about a year ago. Actually, now we've been open for about a year. But honestly, Blessed Barber Studio was considered number one in customer service within under 6 months of us being open. And it's gone to a point that we need help also at the shop. So we just recently hired a couple more members to the team, to Blessed Barber Studio. But mind you, Blessed Barber Studio and Blessed are two completely different things, you know? So just recently, Babito has turned me into pretty much his right hand. And now I'm his manager. And within 3 years.
There you go.
just-
So
yeah.
that's what we talked about here. One of the opening statements here on the show. Well, I mean, interview with her. And it's been done before in the studio. We've interviewed a couple people that were only in the business for a short amount of time and were able to capitalize, putting themselves in the right place at the right time and not being scared to take a chance. And now, not only you said you manage him, you also have a hand with Blessed as well, the company.
Right, exactly. Exactly. So, I mean, I help out a lot with the team that is sponsored as well. You know, Joel, Odesius from LA, as we know, Andy Authentic, also Omi the Barber, Will Barber. We got a great team, honestly. Just recently, he went ahead and also signed our youngest and first female member to Blessed, which is Magali the Barber. She just turned 19 about a month ago also, actually.
She works there? Or?
Yes, yeah. The people who work at Blessed will be Magali, Omi, Will, Papito works there as well, and myself.
And what about T? Is JT, T the Barber?
Big T?
Big T, yeah.
Yeah. Big T is just one of our newest members, but he's not in Blessed.
He's not, okay.
No.
No, but he's at the
At Blessed Barber
location.
Studio. Yes.
Yeah, because I had a chance of meeting him
Right.
when I went to El Paso, and he definitely seemed very, very passionate.
He
He's
is.
walking around with a camera, recording people.
Oh, yeah. Man, the first day I met this guy, I was like, whoa. Like, this guy, whose bodyguard is this?
Yeah.
You know? But he's awesome. He's so polite. He's very genuine. And you know what? A lot of people like to come by the studio over and over again because as we've seen on our reviews through our gem book or through our Facebook, that people just love our chemistry with each other, like all of us, the entire team. And that's something that I can honestly say that I've never experienced in any other shop that I've worked at. I mean, we're there talking to, say, the neighbor across from me. I'm talking to his client that's involved in the conversation with my client and myself. And then, you know, just everybody in the shop is talking to each other. And I love that type of chemistry in there. And that's so rare to come by.
Oh, Suffer, we see you. And once again, it's also a live show. This is the ScissorSalute show. We're live from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern time. If you're watching this on Facebook, please press the share button and put it on your timeline. And then after that, press that share button again and start inviting as much people as you can. If you would like to showcase on the ScissorSalute show, download the ScissorSalute show app, fill out the showcase information, and we'll get back to you in the order that the email's received. For everyone else, email us scissorsalute@yahoo.com. So let us know, what is the next step for the Blessed team? What is the next step in the next venue that you guys will be at?
The next venue will be the Texas Barber Battle, actually. And it's...
That's the People's Barber throwing that?
Yes,
or?
Rick.
Okay.
Yeah, Rick is going to throw that. And we went to that last year. And again, last year was around July. So we had only been open at Blessed for about a couple months. So the team wasn't so big. We actually, all of us went out there. We took a drive. And this year, again, we're going to go all as a team from Blessed Barber Studio. So you're only going to see a little bit of us from Blessed, but you're going to see the entire Blessed Barber Studio team. And it's going to be a lot of fun. You know, I went to it last year. That's actually where I met Rob the Original the first time. And then I met him again at, I'm sorry, that was the second time I saw him. The first time I had seen him was at El Paso Spring Bling. And he's a real cool guy. So then I actually got a chance to judge with him last night at the Connecticut Barber Expo. And so that was actually my first time judging too. I was able to, get the opportunity to judge the self-cut system portion. And that was definitely really interesting.
How does it feel? How does it feel judging? We talked about this. I talked about this with a couple barbers when we were leaving the CT Barber Expo that have competed before, and had their opinions about judging. But being that you were just there in a hot spot yesterday, how does it feel to judge?
Yeah. It definitely was a hot spot, most definitely. The way it feels is just more clarifying. That's the best word I can put it, because when I was competing, the very first time I competed, I didn't know really what to expect. It's just pretty much through word of mouth, because I started asking, well, what should I do? Or what are you supposed to have with you? I mean, how are you supposed to, you get me? Like, just asking questions. What do they look for? What do they judge on? Because nobody has seen the actual score sheet before you get up there. You get me? Even after you're off the stage, you never actually see the score sheet. So you don't know what it is that they're looking out for, whether it's sanitation, whether it's cleanliness on your client, on your model, or just creativity. So now you're wondering, is it based off of what they like personally, or what they're, if the score sheet is actually a lot to do with it. So last night, I was just pretty much answered everything that I was wondering for the past 3 years, like what to look for. So, I mean, me personally, I don't think I'll probably compete again. If I do, it'd be for another experience,
Yeah.
But, I mean, if I get the chance to judge again, of course, I'm going to be more than willing to accept that offer, I do want to go ahead and also look into educating as well. And educating just in the sense of, like, communication skills. That's something that not a lot of people look into.
Yeah. I was talking to someone last night, actually the pre-party, and I was letting them know, because a lot of people want to educate. I said, you really need to concentrate on the shear cutting, because fade is always about repetition. Anything you do with hair has to do with repetition. So the more repetition that you're going to get with layering hair and parting hair, the better you're going to get at it. Another thing is, we need, all of us barbers that are looking to get into education, we definitely need to really learn the lingo, and the communication skills need to be a little bit different. And like Sefro says, you can never go wrong with being professional, but you can go wrong with just going with a niche. Follow what I'm saying?
Right.
If you're talking a certain way, you live a certain lifestyle, whatever, and then, you bring that in, you can communicate with those who are able to relate to you, but those who can't relate to you, are you going to be able to make that connection? But if you're professional, everybody is able to connect with professionalism. You're communicating a different way. Your body positioning is different. You're going to be able to reach out to a lot more people, as opposed to just going with a niche.
Exactly.
Yeah, Jatori, I think that you definitely have the makings of an educator. I definitely think that's something you should pursue.
Thank you. I
You're
really appreciate that.
well-spoken, you speak very clearly, and you're confident. So,
Yeah.
Confident is always good.
well, you gotta
Insecure is definitely something that if you're a barber and you're trying to get somewhere, it's going to be very hard for you, because the doubt is there. The doubt is over you, and it's a cloud. And it doesn't even have to be hair. If you're living with insecurities, that means you're living with doubt in yourself. You should not be living with doubt with yourself. And I know it's easier said than done, but something that you have to find something in your life that's going to give you the confidence. And if it's not confidence, give you the fire so you're able to overcome that, because or reach out to someone to help you overcome that. Because you definitely don't want to be restricted on what you're doing. You're going to have to take a chance. I mean, here we are on the ScissorSalute show, and it just so happens people in the studio all have taken their chances. I mean, Mike took the chance of going out to Jacksonville, and You know, he had hard times getting a license, and he knew that people in Florida, he was hearing people in Florida that there's no joke out there that the state boards come in there and check. You know, he was cutting hair in the Army base and realized, he had people coming into his house. He didn't like strangers coming into his house, and he took the chance of opening up a barbershop. And not only did he take the chance, he dedicated himself, and now he's successful. He has a team that's backing him up. They drove to Connecticut. Then they drove out to New York. Yourself, you took that chance when, the person that inspired you called you up.
Right.
First, you called up wifey. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
You're supposed to call up wifey when you get news like that. And then
Yeah.
you call them back like, hold on, what I do? Okay, you heard me, right? Love you, gotta go.
Honestly, I mean, the way I look at it is, you really think Obama ran the country by himself?
Well, you probably I think any man, that has a wife, a strong person, a strong person behind them,
Right.
they're not always making, I'm let you know, I don't always make decisions. Again, I just said it now. My girl's probably watching the show. I'm going to come home. She's going to be like, okay, about approximately an hour and a half into the show, you use this word in the wrong way, and you keep on rambling. Just stop it. I'm like, damn.
Well, you know what? It really wasn't all that easy in the beginning. Like I said, I went ahead and started barber school, but right before that, I mean, I've had my hard downs, very, very hard downs. I made a very, very dumb decision by driving under the influence. I ended up crashing. I hit the back of an 18-wheeler.
Luckily that you're here right now. You were
Thank you.
truly blessed.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. And about a week after I crashed, that's when I met my wife. And since moment one, she went ahead and just started catering to me, and she's always been that way even till this day. And so I went ahead and started, again, this is way before, like about a whole year before I started cutting hair. I was trying to find a job and nobody will hire me now because of my record, And so the only place that I was able to get a job, I went from having a job behind the desk to having a job sitting down on a bucket that I would use to stand up on to wash the top of a car. I started washing cars for a car dealership. And one day I was eating my lunch and I just had this realization, like, no, man, this isn't it. God gave me a second chance for a reason, and so I'm going to use it. I'm going to go ahead and take full advantage of it because I'm going to show, the higher power up there that I'm very thankful of what he has given me again. So that's shortly after that, barber school came across through my lap, and everything's just been one after another, like nothing but positivity, And that's what has made me feel that barbering definitely did save my life.
Definitely. So we're going to go to the stage right quick. Well, the stage is up there. If we could get the microphones. Come up on the stage. We're going to do the outro up there. And right there on the camera, what you're seeing right there, those are all the champions that won the CT Barber Expo. We're going to ask everyone that was showcased and got interviewed to come up on the stage, and models as well. Those are the winners of the CT Barber Expo 2017. Jatori, can you please come up here? We're going to let Jatori do the sound up. Image courtesy of the Source Magazine. ScissorSalute to the Source Magazine. They actually came by the booth and took a picture. Jatori, can you let everybody know how to get... You zoom back? Jatori, if you come over here, if you could let everybody know how they could get in contact with you, your social media information, please.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. It's Jatori the Barber for Instagram. That's Jatori_the Barber, THE, the Barber. Also, Facebook is the same thing, Jatori the Barber. I have a like page. That's my professional page, and also my regular barber page. And it's all the same thing. And, you can see all of our work through Blessed Barber Studio. That's the full Instagram name as well. And also check out the Blessed team. That's through Blessed by PBH on Instagram.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching the ScissorSalute Show. Once again, you can download the ScissorSalute Show app and watch us if you missed the show, you can go back and watch all the shows that have been out since we've had the app. You can get in contact with us by filling out the showcase info, leaving your contact info. We'll get back to you in the order that the email received. Everyone else, email us ScissorSalute@yahoo.com. We'd like to thank you for watching the Scissor Salute show. We're going to ask everyone to put their hands in right quick, Chato. And you want to come over here too? We got to do this. Everyone, there you go. Everyone put their hands in. You know you can Queen, get that selfie stick over here. A little bit faster, please. Everybody, when I say scissor, you say salute as loud as you can. Ready? Scissor! Salute! One more time. Scream it out, man. Scissor! Salute! There we go. Everybody, thank you so much for watching the Scissor Salute show on StrongIsland.tv. The quickest growing stream available on Facebook. And if you love house music, stay connected with StrongIsland.tv. My house show is coming up next, playing the best house music. So to that. Everybody stay up for pictures.